Hey there, comic book fans. I am back again this week with another book that I pulled off my shelf for us to take a look at. And this one is The Silver Age of Superman, the greatest covers of Action Comics from the 50s to the 1970s. And this came out in 1995, and when I picked it up, I don't know when it was, perhaps a short time after that, when it was in it went to the discount bin. And this nice hardcover book I got for $3. That's how much they had piles of them. I should have bought 10 of them, because every one of my comic book friends who's seen this book has loved it. I could have given it out for presents for years, but I think you can get this used on Amazon now for around $10 plus shipping. But $3 for this nice book in 1996 or whenever the heck I got it. But it's just a collection, some text by Mark Waid, of Superman covers from the Silver Age. Look at that nice big cover reproduction. The Skulls. Superman against the toughest kids in the world in the Kryptonite Rumble. And it's funny because I'm not a huge Superman fan. I pretty much don't have any interest in reading the comics, but I love the covers. How can you not like these covers? Neil Adams, Dick Giordano. Come on, you cats, the university is next. Superman himself calls the evil Toon as the Pied Piper of Steel. I mean, they're just... These are the days where comic book covers were important in selling a comic book. And they really did a great... They spent a lot of time making these covers and making them interesting and trying to get a hook so kids will buy it. Al Plastino. I like, it's all credited too. Win Mortimer, Al Plastino, Super Tiger. And nowadays covers are kind of less important because comic books are sold before you ever see the cover a lot. Like I have a pull list. 90% of my comics come off my pull list, so it almost doesn't matter what those covers are. Wayne Boring and Stan K. I mean, the little ones are okay, but I like these giant full-size ones. Al Plastino, Superman's super skyscraper. That skyscraper Superman is building is miles high already. Why is he building it? See that? They get you hooked. Why is he building it? Like I said, I don't even want to read the comics, but I love the covers. Like I said, nowadays, up there's that the Supergirl from Krypton. That's the not the real Supergirl, but the fake Supergirl who showed up before the real one, right? I think that's the story behind that cover, because I never actually read the issue. 10 cents, May, $2.52. Oh, and a lot of covers today, the covers that people, love, the chase covers, the variants and stuff like that, are kind of all about technique. They're all about the artist's technique. So if you like the artist's technique, you buy the cover. It has nothing to do with what's on the inside of the comic. And here, you're trying to sell the inside of the comic. Wow, look at that 80-page giant. The Cave Girl of Steel, Supergirl's first romance, how Supergirl met the Legion of Superheroes, Supergirl's super games with Superboy. Up Jim Mooney and Sheldon Moldoff. I didn't realize Supergirl appeared so much in Action Comics. I thought they were all Superman, but here's a bunch of Supergirl covers. Cool. And just fun stuff. Oh, the Super Horse is getting Superman. Lots of Supergirl covers here in Action Comics. I never realized that. The Maid of Might. Kurt Swan, George Klein. Supergirl's Choice of Doom. How long was Supergirl the lead in Action Comics? I have no idea. Or at least the co-lead. There she is with Superman. You're wasting your time, Superman. Don't you know that sticks and stones can't harm Supergirl? Look at all those tiny little Supermen. But like these covers have nothing to do with technique. They're all about the story. They're all about the staging. They're all about the design. They're all about, you know, the what's going on in these word balloons here. Curt Swan, nice punch right there. But it's like you would buy these Superman memories. Win Mortimer, nice. I don't think I've seen a lot of Win Mortimer covers. That one's nicely drawn. Look at that dress. All those neat folds and stuff. Like I said, they're trying to get you hooked through the story the cover is telling. Superman's sweetheart. The lady in the line. Like nowadays, you'd buy a variant cover because you like the technique. You know, you like Artgerm's technique, so you buy the cover. It doesn't really matter if it's telling a story. It doesn't even matter if it's not even trying to sell you on the insides. It's trying to sell you through the technique of the artist. So it's a completely different world than these Action Comics covers. And you'll never guess who she is, the Mighty Maid. Lois, what a terrific scoop. At last Superman has found a super powerful woman who is worthy of his love. Sob, the biggest and for me unhappiest story of my career. Curt Swan and Stan K. Some Bizarro. I just have fun looking at these. The creature of 1,000 disguises. Superman, you wanted me to remove my bandages? Feast your eyes. No, I can't. Look, cover it up. The face of fear. Was it Curt Swan and George Klein? Some nice mummy and bandages drawing with Superman tipping back in fear. The invulnerable enemy. Wayne Boring and Stan K. Just what fantastic stuff this is. I mean, they're just enemy of so much fun to look at. The battle. I guess we got all sorts of themes here going. Here's the Battle of the Gods there. There's another Battle of the Gods there. Not sure who that god is supposed to be. That kid. Some motorcycle tough guys. Just the sheer variety of storytelling in the covers. Curt Swan with Neal Adams on the ink. That's interesting. The sheer variety of the storytelling is just fantastic in these. Wow. When Superman defended his arch enemy. Not quite sure what's going on in that one. We got light spinning. Whoops. Page flipped. But I don't even want to read any of these comics, but the covers make me want to. Even though I know, you know, this era of comics is really for kids. So, you know, if you were 10, finding out the answers to all these mysteries would be real cool. But since I'm not 10 anymore, up there's the first Parasite, Curt Swan and George Klein. Seen that one on YouTube quite a few times. Kryptonite. Oh, see, now we get all the Kryptonite covers. Wow. No one has been able to destroy you with Kryptonite, Superman, but this time will be the exception. The Fiend, Luthor, he's tripled the strength of Kryptonite Man's deadly radiation. There's no way I can save myself. What great stuff. Half a Superman. Look at that. Look at that half Superman drawing. Half of him's pink. The Kryptonite's getting to him. Out of control. So this is where Superman gets out of control. More Curt Swan and Murphy Anderson, Curt Swan and Mike Esposito. More Curt Swan and Neal Adams over here. I didn't realize Neal Adams inked so many Curt Swan Superman covers. February 1969, September 1960. Oh, Infantino and Neal Adams. Look at that. There's some straight up Neal Adams up there. But how do you not like a book like this? Expose. The Mirror of Truth. Look, he's really Clark Kent. Dun dun dun. I have to say this Silver Age comic book covers all the way up into the Bronze Age too, really are kind of the comic book covers that are kind of in the public's mind to me. They're the quintessential comic book covers. They all hook you with whatever story they got going on, whatever excitement's in the book. Like I said, a lot of today's comic book covers are almost an afterthought because they're not as important to sales as they once were. Like back in 1968, the first time you would see this cover would be on the stands, so it's got to hook you amongst all the other covers. Observe, Master, I've super hypnotized Clark Kent to hate his best friend Superman. I hate Superman. I will seek him out and destroy him. Featuring the head of hate. I don't remember ever seeing that one. But listen, nowadays comics are sold before you ever see their covers. I'm getting the next issue of whatever is on my pull list without ever seeing the cover. And though I do look through, I do look at the new covers every week, it's rare that I buy a comic because of its cover anymore, because my pull list is already, I mean, if I was going in there with no pull list, maybe I'd start buying comics because of covers, because I'd have no other way to judge them. But, you know, that's not how comics work anymore. So this era of fun storytelling, action covers is just gone. Superman, the one, the only, the original is dead. One of you Kandorians will take his place, if you have what it takes. There's some straight up Neil Adams on pencils and inks. Clothes makes the Superman. Kurt Swan and Neil Adams. Well, there you go. There's a good look at that book and some more covers. Boy, that's the fourth book of comic book covers or something like that I've shown off. But there's still a bunch left in here. Down and Out in Metropolis. False Arrest. The Death of Superman. I guess he's died a few times. Just Imagine. I guess those are all the imaginary stories. Last Son of Krypton. Metropolis Mysteries. But hey, track this one down. The Silver Age of Superman, the greatest covers of Action Comics. Another great book.